Well, it is a good bet you've already had plenty of Halloween candy. Maybe still have some around your house. But if you're looking for another spooky treat to liven up the holiday, I may have just the thing in this week's Brittany's Bites. Happy Halloween, everyone. It is time for all of that candy and sweet treats, right? Well, today I decided to do something a little bit different. I saw it sort of spreading across the internet. I thought it looked really cute, kind of fun to make, so I thought I'd give spiderweb deviled eggs a try. So we're gonna start with a simple deviled eggs recipe, and that starts with boiling our eggs. So I just have 6 in my pan right now. And this is a method I've used several times, and it always turns out to have the perfect deviled eggs, easy to peel, nice bright yellow yolk. That's what we want, right? So I'm just gonna add a little bit of vinegar and then also some salt. So a little salt in there as well. I've already got it going. Another quick reminder here, if you're not sure if your eggs are sort of on the edge, maybe they're right at their best by or use by date or a little bit past, you know, those things are not an exact science. If they are, as you see here, settling and on the bottom of your pot with water, you can just test it in a bowl if you want. Those are great. If they're standing up on the end but still touching the bottom, also good to go. If they're floating, throw them out. So we've obviously got 6 good eggs in here. I have the heat turned up all the way. We're gonna bring it to a boil, and here is the trick. Once it gets to a rolling boil, I'm gonna take my lid, put it on, and remove it from the heat. And then don't touch it. Don't take off the lid, don't do anything. Remove from heat, put on the lid for 12 minutes. The other thing you're gonna do is immediately after that 12 minutes is up, put it in an ice bath, and that's what I've got ready to go here. So I'm gonna wait for that to come to a rolling boil, put on my lid, put them in the ice bath, and once they're cooled, we're gonna move on to our next step. Okay, we have our hard-boiled eggs cooled in this ice bath. They're cool enough to touch now, so we're gonna move on to the next step to make those spider webs we've been talking about. And really, it's a simple process and kind of fun. So once they're cool enough to the touch, you're just gonna take them, and then you're gonna get a spoon. I've seen that you can also sort of roll it and crack it, but you basically wanna get a bunch of cracks in it, because the dye we're gonna make is going to seep into those cracks and it'll end up looking like a spider web. So make sure you go all the way around, get it all cracked, and we're gonna do that with all of these eggs, and then we'll move on to the next step. All of the eggs are cracked and ready to go. I don't know if you can tell. They look pretty rough right now, but that's a good thing. So now we wanna make our dye. I saw some people online doing black or blue or purple. I'm gonna go with purple. So to make purple, obviously we're gonna do red and blue. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same water. I'm just gonna eyeball this. I'm gonna, I don't know, 3 or 4 drops of each. And I wanted to keep the eggs out of here. It's okay if you put them back in already. I just thought it would be easier to whisk it up. Oh yeah. Look at that color. And you definitely want it to be pretty dark because you want it to really seep in, and it won't turn out quite this dark unless you really leave it. And that's the other thing. So I'm gonna only have time to leave it a couple of hours. You definitely wanna do at least 2 or 3 hours or it's not gonna work as well. But really, ideally, you're gonna do it overnight, and then you're gonna get some vibrant color in there. So once you've got your purple or blue or whatever color you want, you're gonna dip these eggs back in here. And like I said, we're gonna leave them in the fridge soaking in this for at least 2 to 3 hours, ideally overnight. Just make sure that you have enough water to cover everything and they're all nestled in there, because you want to make sure they're surrounded by this liquid. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge and then we'll come back for our next step. Okay, I decided to let the eggs soak overnight, and it was totally worth it. I know it's hard to see with the ones that are split in half already, so I thought I would show you this one. It looks like kind of a dragon egg, right? How cool is that? The spider webs totally worked. It was awesome. And it wasn't too hard to get the yolks out. I just wanted to be able to show you the full one. I've got the yolks from all 6 of those eggs in here already. Cut this right down the middle and then take this yolk out as well. It should pop right out. All right, now that we've got those yolks in there, we're gonna basically add what we would to any other deviled egg recipe. So I'm just gonna add basically some mustard, mayo, vinegar, and I like to add a little bit of pickle juice as well. So to the yolks, we're gonna have 3 tablespoons or so heaping tablespoons of the mayo. I already went ahead and measured that out. So this is about 3 tablespoons. I'm gonna put it in here. All right, to that we're gonna add a teaspoon or so of white vinegar and then a teaspoon of yellow mustard. So I'll do that. Then I'm gonna add, just as I mentioned, a little dash of pickle juice. And we could absolutely just use these beautiful eggs and stuff them with the yellow yolk. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna add some color to it. We'll do that in just a moment. All right, it's mostly nice and creamy now, but I'm gonna make this green. We've gotta go with the Halloween colors, right? So I'm gonna use my gel food coloring this time. I'm gonna add a lot of green and actually a little yellow too to make it really vibrant green. And I wanna get this as vibrant as I possibly can. I mean, why not show it off if we wanna make something really kind of ghoulish for Halloween? Okay, it's nice and vibrant green. I don't know if you can see the paddle there. Look at that. Here we go with our nice green filling. All right, now what we're gonna do to pipe it in here, I just have a piping bag. This is the easiest way to do it. Just put it in a glass. All right, now I do have a piping tip in the bottom. I'm a little bit worried because I can see that this isn't as smooth as I would like it to be. So I'm worried it might get caught in the tip there. We'll give this a shot. So what we're gonna do is get it to the bottom here. You can already see it coming out. All right, I'm gonna get a test egg. There we go. And there we have our Halloween spider eggs with green filling. This will surely frighten some folks, right? But it's still gonna taste good. Cheers. Well, if you have a picture you'd like to share, maybe you've made one of my recipes or you have an idea for a future segment. In fact, Madison and I were just talking about one, but more to come on that. You can text us at 614-460-3345 or find me on social media.